Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
What is going on, everybody? I go by RB, and welcome to Philly Take with RB. You guys know what to do. Go ahead and smash the like button, hit the subscribe if you're new, and ding the notification bell so you're instantly notified whenever I upload or go live. And honestly, that is how I feel. Another day and another day without an Eagles head coach. You know, at this point, this head coaching search is an absolute whirlwind. It is an absolute roller coaster. And it's like, what are we going to do? Yeah, hear me out. Hear me out. The Philadelphia Eagles last year were ballsy and they came into the season without an offensive coordinator. Guess what? Why don't we come into this season without a head coach? Howie Roseman can come out of his little room, walk down to the sideline, put a headset on, and Jeffrey Lurie can relay him the plays from the booth, from his little box, and we can be a successful team. Look, you can even bring Doug back as a passing game coordinator. Jeffrey Lurie to Howie Roseman. Doug can sit there and do nothing and relay the plays to Carson or Jalen. But look, man, this Eagles coaching search is getting out of hand for me personally. Now, look, I know you want to find the best option available. I know Jeffrey Lurie didn't have, the idea in mind to really fire Doug. So we got started late in this whole process. It was a couple weeks after everybody else. And, we're trying to find this guy. We're trying to find the right person, the right piece to come into this organization. But at this point, it feels like through all the guys we are interviewing, and honestly, I have lost track. That is how many guys. It's like we're throwing a fishing rod out there and trying to catch something. I've literally lost count of how many people we have interviewed. But you know what? At this point, it's like people just don't want to come here. They just keep denying us because of the turmoil that this organization is in. And it's mainly in part because of Howie Roseman and also Jeffrey Lurie. But I mean, look, man, we interviewed Josh McDaniels the other day for 9 hours, apparently. 9 hours. And at that point, everybody's saying he's the front runner. He's this, he's that. Josh McDaniels is going to have the job. And now a couple days later, today, we're interviewing Kellen Moore. We're interviewing some defensive coordinator. We're interviewing Todd Bowles. We're interviewing some special teams guy. It's like, what the heck? I think we have interviewed 10 to 15 people at this point. I'm still waiting to see because there were some candidates in mind that I really liked or I thought could come in here, but there wasn't those big names this offseason. And at this point, everybody else has a coach except us and the lousy Texans whose quarterback wants out of that team. And it's like, what do we do now? These guys, look, Brian DeBall, he was a good candidate. He doesn't even want to come here. We had a request to interview Brandon Staley. He goes to the Chargers. This guy goes here, and it's at this point, it's like, my gosh, I want to interview Eric Bieniemy, but I mean, they're probably going to make it to the Super Bowl. So it's like, we got to wait for that. How does Josh McDaniels feel after interviewing for 9 hours? Like, what do you do for 9 hours? And if it goes on that long, you would think that is your guy. That's why the media thought so. And how does McDaniels feel? And isn't it crazy? We interview the Colts offensive coordinator today. Wouldn't that be a story? We go from having Frank Reich on our team. Josh McDaniels interviews for the Colts position years ago and says yes, then changes his mind. Frank Reich leaves us to go to the Colts. And years later, now we're interviewing Josh McDaniels. What if we put him on pause now? Now we hire the Colts offensive coordinator. Could you imagine? But look, man, this whole thing is an absolute whirlwind. At this point, I'm happy with whoever we bring in, honestly. Because next year, in my personal opinion, and you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments, I really view it as a bridge year. Years ago, it took us a couple years to really get into contention, and I feel like next year is going to be about cutting down on every which way that we can, getting rid of these pieces that are making too much to stay on the cap, and really just finding our young core, and most importantly, figuring out what the heck we are going to do with the quarterback position. We're hearing all this rumble about Carson being a brat, killing plays, acting like a fool. Who knows if any of it is true at this? Who knows, honestly? And then you got Jalen Hurts, who must feel some type of way after playing the last 4 games and then getting taken now. And it's just all up in the air. That's why people don't want to come here. And for a man and for fans that have pride in this organization. I just can't believe how fast it is taking a downhill. Josh McDaniels in his interview, we heard that Howie Roseman and him are getting along and they got to sell Jeffrey Lurie on it. Well, guess what? Howie Roseman needs to stay the heck out of the way. Jeffrey Lurie needs to stay the heck out of the way. A man I had a lot of respect for, and I said it last week. They are not doing their job. They are getting in the way. We need a football mind to come in here and change things around. But again, next year I think is going to be a gap year, a bridge year, whatever you want to call it. I view it as us trying to find ourselves, really. And if a coach comes in here, one of these guys like a McDaniels, who, I mean, he's had Tom Brady, he's had success before, but his one time as a coach that was 10 years ago, he failed miserably. So I don't know, man. I feel like next year, even if we bring in a guy and it just doesn't work out, we might be in even a deeper hole. We might be in a deeper hole and have to restart our coach process again. And maybe that'll be I don't know what's going to work. I know we're trying to find a guy for the future for the next couple years, but honestly, I don't know about next year. I think we have to bring in someone who's going to do their best to figure out this quarterback position, and the front office needs to stay out of it. But my gosh, I never would have thought we would have been here like this. It's taken a complete downhill turn. We need an offensive coordinator as well. Maybe we'll actually use one this season. We need a defensive coordinator. We need new pieces. And again, is Carson going to be the guy, or is Jalen going to be the guy? I think we have to figure that out. I don't know about bringing both of them back to compete in the preseason. I really don't know about that. Overall, the Philadelphia Eagles need to hire a coach. And again, I know they're trying to take their time and evaluate and all this, but at this point, it's kind of getting pathetic, man. It's kind of getting pathetic. I just want to know who the next coach is. I'm not going to be mad either way once we hire somebody. I liked guys like Bieniemy. I liked guys like Daboll. I liked guys like Joe Brady. I liked a bunch of these cats. Even Josh McDaniels. At this point, I'm willing to give a try. We just need somebody, even a guy, and I guess the Eagles organization is just overlooking Deuce Staley again. I feel like it's been time, and it's come up. And Deuce Staley, when I heard that potential hiring and promoting him finally, and all the guys having his back, supporting him publicly, I wasn't mad at it. Because even if this next year, like I said, is a bridge year, and even if it doesn't work out well, maybe we go after someone next year and Deuce Staley can, go back to his position or do something else. I wouldn't be mad if Deuce Staley gets promoted. Honestly, I think these guys would fight hard for him. I really do, because that's just the type of guy he is. But man, I really feel like a lot of these candidates don't want to come here because of the quarterback situation and because the front office is just way too involved. So overall, if there's anything to take away from this, the Eagles look like a mess right now. I don't know what we are going to do. I mean, they just continue to interview these people. It's really like they're trying to hit a jackpot when they really just need to start figuring out how they're going to turn this around, because not only do we need a coach, but we need some talent. We need better drafting. Howie Roseman is going to stay here, and I'm absolutely terrified of what he's going to do in the draft. I said it. A couple other people said it. Pretty much every fan at this point. You and I might as well interview for the coaching spot at this point, because it is an absolute joke. It is an absolute joke. At this point, just get somebody, and we are not going to be, I've said it last week, we're really not going to be successful until Howie Roseman takes his behind out of here, Jeffrey Lurie parts ways with his friend, and we get this back on the track. That's just how I feel. I don't have any confidence in Howie at all. Hopefully the coach, if it's McDaniels, comes in and sticks it to Howie and says, I'm not going to take this crap. I think that's why it's taking so long. I don't think Jeffrey Lurie wants to delegate his power. I don't think Howie Roseman wants to be full in on board. I don't believe all that now he's trying to work with the coach. No. When you have a player's coach like Doug Peterson, who is that eager to get out of here, when you have other guys in this organization that we are losing left and right in terms of coaches that want to get out of here, you can just tell there is a dark cloud floating over Philadelphia. And I want this team to be good so bad. And in my opinion, I feel that we are even ahead of other teams in terms of young rebuilding teams that are, behind the curve. I think we're ahead of those teams because I personally view us as having some good young talent on the offensive side. I do. It's not like we have to go draft a quarterback. It's not like we have to get a running back. I think we have some of these pieces, but it's how these players are going to develop in their second and third years. It's how these assets are going to be utilized and how the system is going to portray. And really that power balance. How is that going to look? There's a lot of questions surrounding the Eagles. I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens, but maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, maybe next year, we'll get a head coach. Who knows? Give me your thoughts down below. What guy do you want to bring in here? What do you think will most benefit this team? And where are you feeling right now with the situation of this team? Because at this point, I see a lot of people making a joke out about it. That's all I got. You guys let me know your thoughts. Appreciate you for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Perfect.